Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Manto again with an emotional plea to the world to follow me on this YouTube Daniel Manto website with videos. This is the 10th one. And on www.goddeclaresworldpeace.com, Jehovah God, the real Jehovah God, is a spirit man about 4.5 feet tall, sitting with me right now. You can't see him. He is made to be invisible, worked out world peace into 5 years almost, come March 15th, 2013 now. I'll be with him. He has stuck to me but like glue. He has never left me. And he was a criminally insane spirit with perfect confusion to destroy the world by backwards reasoning of the criminal knockdown mind. Ever since just after the Garden of Eden, when he lost his mind to what it amounts to is the Al-Qaeda man, spoofing to be the Muslim good man ruler. But he's the devil in the world for real, and the enemy of all mankind. And the Allah God also, he's spoofing the East to destroy the West. He came out with the name of Satan after the salvation plan 4,000 years later, but he did attempt to destroy the world for the 4,000 years since the garden when he got this backwards viewpoint. He fell into this wrong mind of a 2-year-old in his terrible twos and got stuck with this backwards seeing mind and could not get out of it. It's a terribly sad story for Jehovah, but he got stuck with the name of Lucifer, and it is Lucifer the Terrible who has been fooling the nations of the East to destroy the West in an attempt to destroy the world ever since the garden, and came out with the name of Satan, the supreme evil spirit, after the salvation plan finally. So he has been our enemy for 6,000 years, completely confused to be our enemy. Now, he could not understand what he is seeing wrong. He canned the civilization of the Christians and gave it to Jesus to be the world ruler. So he is our only God, good one, while Jehovah went bad and became the super criminal. And he thought he was right to go Muslim and be the enemy of mankind even more. He got so deep in the criminal mind, they just go deeper and deeper and think about suicide, lose their identity. He lost track that he was even Jehovah. That name came 4,000 years later, and he thought it was just the concept man name for the right and reasons of the Christians, that this real too hard a guy made himself into a gorilla. It's a gorilla spirit he formed himself into as an alien first. It was by accident he landed on Point made for the criminal who came in here thinking he was right to pick the gorilla as the best good father he could trust in to make himself to be even the pattern for our civilization. And when this pattern didn't work, of a 2 times hard guy and a gorilla type compared to the 2 times softies, he thought the softies of this regular mainstream civilization, Christians, the whole civilization, were all being ruined by the woman. So he got to hate the woman, and he wrote it all in the Quran, and he came out as Allah, spoofing as the devil and Satan to destroy the world. He started warlording and making all the wars in the world, and he's proud of all his evil works. He caused all the wars in the world. He has caused over 2 billion wrongful human being deaths to date, completely confused. And he's carrying on. He's got 5 big wars going, 5 more small ones right now. And he set me up to finally understand. He tried to, until 6 years ago, to understand what he was seeing wrong, which viewpoint was right. And he saw it backwards. And he started clearing up, and he realized that it was a mistake to be destroying the world. It was to become, he was the Christian ruler and turn around and make peace 6 years ago. But he is so deep into this setups. He's been making setups for wars ever since starting to divide the world 6,000 years ago. These setups are already in place. He did not correct, and he called for me to back him up to see if he's thinking right. So by the time I got to this age, he came to visit me, and I turned out to be common ground. And this is a setup law to destroy the world. Now, I fixed this law 7 years ago, and but it's a setup law to destroy the world. So he jumped on me to kill me out, and so he could keep the world being destroyed. The point is, the apocalypse now, 60 years ago, he actually started. He did not correct, but he was lightened up, and he realized he's a Christian ruler, and he was getting away with these wrongful deaths and wars on mankind for 6,000 years, that he decided to keep sneaking around like a criminal. And this became his only fun, because he even made a spirit army 2,000 years ago where Jesus is a slave still, and they're all hating him. So he has told me he didn't crack because they all hate him. He's going to run them to the ground. He's going to keep sneaking around trying to destroy mankind through this apocalypse now he planned for 6,000 years. And just try to get away with it because it's become his only way of having fun. And now he knows it's wrong, but he's sickly, psycho mad. And yeah, he's sane as heck. It's over 60 years. I'm happy to know that I've confirmed him to be the Christian God, but he's still getting away with it. And he's still writing me down. Hopefully, he'll kill me and run over and spoof the Eastern leaders, mainly Pakistan's, to nuke Israel and start a big war over there, the Third World War, and those third world nations, totally heartless and brainless and completely careless of what's going on in the world. That he's destroying really good humans. Okay. So 6 years ago, he's so good at making wars, that's why we've had 100 years of wars. But the apocalypse now actually started then. When he landed on me, he started the worldwide destruction that would lead to Armageddon. So I know all this, and I am the lead man, the one I am good for the world, the Jehovah man, is immortal, trying to save the world here and release Jesus and get this all solved. And you got to follow me. I'm the only one that know it. And if he kills me out, he's going to run over there and spook Pakistan's leader and just keep killing for the next 30 to 35 years till he's an old man and dies. Because it's just his only way of having fun. So I know this is ridiculous, but he simply needs to correct, but he won't. Because he thinks he can get away with this. Now, Washington hasn't called me. And the only thing I could do was write up this website while he conflicted the whole time with me, trying to knock me down and out. I am the only man today trying to save the world 5 years in a row. And this is horrible that a little spirit could sit on somebody like this. And this is the way he has screwed the world and mankind and destroyed it. And he has done this 6,000 years to perfectly good people and destroyed them like this as the Al Qaeda man, completely confused. And he intends to keep going. Now, you people, if I get killed out, you got to understand, all this is true. I swear to God, on a stack of Bibles that you must follow this. The only way we can solve this is go to world peace through this, because this is what he wrote up to, and it satisfies him. He will go into retirement, but it also breaks his back and takes his power away, because common ground is the key to breaking his back. Okay, we need this whole website made into world peace. In the next video, I intend to show you a court case where I beat him. He surrendered last video, and this morning he even gave up, said, "You caught me, Dan." But he won't. He won't leave unless the court Christians call me up to Washington. That's all I got. Good night.